Senior wellness tips rarely mention the walk to the bathroom that happens 3 times a night. Pumpkin seeds appear to modestly ease urinary symptoms, but the deeper healing often starts with breaking a silence that never needed to exist.
Senior wellness tips rarely mention the walk to the bathroom that happens 3 times a night. But somewhere in your kitchen sits a quiet, overlooked seed that speaks directly to that walk. Tonight, we talk about the conversation men over 60 have with everyone except each other, and the small green seed that's been part of the answer for centuries.
I know a man, the one who kept his tools organized by size in a garden shed that smelled of cedar and motor oil, who stopped sleeping through the night sometime after 65. Not from worry, not from pain exactly, but from an urge that pulled him upright 2, 3, sometimes 4 times before dawn. He never mentioned it, not to his wife, not to his doctor at his annual visit, not to the men he golfed with every Saturday, who were, he later learned, dealing with exactly the same thing, in exactly the same silence. Men of his generation didn't discuss what happened below the belt. They just grew quietly, privately, exhausted.
As men age, the prostate, a small gland sitting just beneath the bladder, often gradually enlarges, a process called benign prostatic hyperplasia. As it grows, it can press against the urethra and irritate the base of the bladder, creating that familiar, frustrating cycle. Frequent urges, interrupted sleep, a bladder that never quite feels finished. This isn't rare or shameful. It's one of the most common changes in the aging male body, affecting the majority of men by their 70s. Pumpkin seeds contain high concentrations of zinc and a compound called beta-sitosterol, along with essential fatty acids that appear to support healthy prostate tissue and may help ease the pressure that disrupts urinary flow. Several studies on pumpkin seed extract have shown modest but meaningful improvement in urinary symptom scores among men with enlarged prostates, fewer nighttime trips, a more complete feeling emptying, a return towards something closer to a full night's sleep. It isn't a cure for an enlarged prostate, but it appears to genuinely ease the daily friction of living with one. A small handful of raw, unsalted pumpkin seeds daily, about 2 tablespoons, toasted lightly if you prefer, without added salt, which can work against you if blood pressure is also a concern. Sprinkled over salads, eaten plain as an afternoon habit, blended into a smoothie. Simple, cheap, and something you already recognize from every autumn of your life, just never understood as medicine. But here's what the man in the garden shed really needed, more than the seeds themselves. He needed permission, the quiet, unspoken permission men rarely give themselves, to admit that something below the belt had changed, and that saying so out loud wasn't weakness. He eventually told his doctor. He eventually told his golfing friends, half joking, testing the water. And every one of them exhaled with relief, because it turned out none of them had needed to carry that particular silence alone. Healthy aging after 60 sometimes isn't about the seed at all. It's about the sentence you finally let yourself say.
An enlarging prostate is one of the most common, least discussed changes in the aging male body. Pumpkin seeds, rich in zinc and beta-sitosterol, appear to modestly ease urinary symptoms and support prostate tissue health. But the deeper act of healing often starts with breaking a silence that never needed to exist in the first place.
This is a personal perspective and general wellness information, not medical advice. Prostate and bladder symptoms should always be evaluated by a physician, as they can have several underlying causes. Please consult your doctor. Share this with a man who's been quietly exhausted and hasn't said a word. Follow @Art of Aging podcast for more honest wisdom on senior wellness tips after 60.